and a prison, violence of intense electoral rules. I, Honorable Nafi Ubala, I, bona members of the duly elected National Deputy Chairman of our great party, the African Democratic Congress ADC. I wish to draw the attention of the entire members of our great party and Nigerians as late to the ongoing act of the political hooligans being perpetrated by some individuals who were hired to interact with the leadership of our great party, African Democratic Congress ADC. In the history of democracy, all over the world, no party leader or any group of leaders has the power of arbitrarily transfer elected mandate to all political leaders or political authority to a non-member of who never belong to contestant for political office. The constitution of our great party has made adequate provision as laying down in many clauses, articulations that successions, guidelines, and how event vacant position should be unconstitutional feelings. In the case of circumstances, and also in the further of my constitutional mandate as a duly elected deputy national chairman of our great party, now I assume my constitutional duty and responsibility as a national chairman of our great party, African Democratic Congress ADC, today. Therefore, I am hereby calling on the esteemed Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to so urgently step in to take due recognitions of this development. So in the further of my constitutional mandate as a duly elected deputy national chairman of our great party, now I assume my constitutional duty and responsibility as a national chairman of our great party, African Democratic Congress ADC, today. Therefore, I am hereby calling on the esteemed Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to so urgently step in to take due recognitions of this development.
Manfred, I'm talking.
Congress ADC today. Therefore, I am hereby calling on the esteemed Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to so urgently step in to take due recognitions of this development.
Hello there, good evening, and thanks for joining us on Political Lens. I am Chukuma Okoro. We are broadcasting on SLTV channel 264 and on YouTube, we are at VOPTV. ADC, PDP, LP in fresh crisis as more defections hit PDP. New national chair emerges for the African Democratic Congress, ADC. We are joined in the studio here in Lagos by Elder Abraham Ama. He is the state chairman of Abia PDP and a member of the National Executive Committee of the PDP. Good evening, Elder Abraham, and thanks for being part of the show this evening.
Good evening, Chukumba. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Okay, good to have you, sir. I appreciate your presence.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's kick into it. Nigeria's political landscape continues to convulse with strategic defections, party rips, and shifting allegiances as the race towards the 2027 general elections gathers momentum. Well, in a high-profile defection, former Kogi West Senator Dino Melaya has officially resigned from the PDP, citing the party's failure to offer credible leadership and effective governance to Nigerians. And in Ogun State, former chairman of the PDP, Sikurulai Ogundele, and the party's 2023 deputy governorship candidate, Adekunle Akinlade, have also dumped the party for the ruling All Progressives Congress. Also defecting were the member representing Abeokuta State Constituency 1, Lukman Atobatele, a former member of the House of Assembly, Idowu
Olo Fuja, former chairman of Ogun State Local Government Service Commission, Rotimi Rahman, Dr. Mujid Ekeju Omati, and thousands of their supporters who previously aligned with the PDP. According to Dino, this decision has become imperative due to the lack of potency and capacity by the party to deliver the Nigerian people from the prevailing political cankerworm that have been eaten deeply into the fabric of our dear nation. Well, Melaye, who once served as the Kogi Central Senate governor, who once served as the PDP's candidate in the 2023 Kogi State governorship election, said his decision followed deep reflection on the party's current state and trajectory. And in another troubling development, the former Goba candidate of the ADC in Gombe State, Nafi Ubala, has announced himself as the new interim national chairman of the party and called David Mark and others as usurpers who failed to consult widely before trying to hijack the party. He warned that the ADC was not for sale and advised those trying to force themselves in to retrace their steps. Well, once again, welcome to the show, Elder Abraham. Good to have you, sir. Now, let's kick into it. Your party held its NEC, National Executive Committee meeting recently. In fact, the same day that the APC held their own NEC at the presidential villa. Now, what were the high points of the NEC meeting? A lot of people didn't know that the PDP held a NEC meeting. You know, it had been put off before again and again, but graciously it held the same day with the APC NEC. And looks like the APC NEC drowned that of the PDP. What were the high points, and why was it not out in the public space? Is it because, and it held at Wadata Plaza? Well, congratulations anyway for recovering Wadata Plaza from the government. You know.
Thank you very much. I am shocked that you said that the notice was not in the public space.
Okay.
Because in line with the Constitution of the Electoral Act, okay, and 2023 as amended, it is the responsibility of the party to notify INEC 21 days notice. And that notice was duly communicated to INEC. And that was why during the 101 NEC meeting that took place at Wadata Plaza, okay, INEC was well represented with over 12 staff. So it is a clear indication that the meeting was well advertised and communicated.
Okay.
It was a very peaceful meeting. There were essentially basic things which are very, very critical for moving the party forward. Decisions that were able to take in that NEC. And one of them was to set up the National Convention Committee, which is saddled with the responsibility of organizing a very, very excellent convention before the end of the year. The second was the putting in place of a zoning committee that will also be saddled with the responsibility of zoning offices across the north and the south, okay, before that convention. It is a tradition of our party that is done so that the various zones will go back, the south will go back and share the positions amongst the three geopolitical zones and vice versa. It happens the other way. Then the other major decision was to locate the next national convention to Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State.
Okay.
So we had a very peaceful outing, and very peaceful, not only peaceful, but very, very fruitful outing.
Okay.
And today, there are no basis whatsoever for anybody to say that the party is facing any crisis. We are not facing
the party is not in crisis, really?
We are not facing any crisis. It's good to know because if what is being interpreted as a major crisis in political party has to do with if they are contending leadership.
Okay.
That is what is being usually classified as a crisis in the political party. But if naturally, just as it happens in the tropical and even in other climates, where an iroko tree from time to time will shed its leaves just to enable it have new leaves and a new life. If we're a situation where you have some people living for some reason best known to them, that does not amount to crisis. Because, as you are aware, it is part of their fundamental rights. As you are also aware, in Taraba the other day, over 1,000 people joined the party. As you are also aware, it is we are in the transfer season in Nigerian
political space.
We're in the transfer season. Since there is no restriction by the constitution, we don't have any restriction whatsoever. We are looking up to such a time when there will be constitutional restriction.
Okay, I like the fact that you talked about the absence of leadership crisis within the party. Now, the issue of the national secretary, was it effectively resolved by the NEC?
It was resolved in the 100 NEC.
Okay.
It was resolved, and he was the person who actually, because by the constitution of our party, it is the responsibility of communicating to INEC to inform them about NEC meeting is domiciled in the office of the national secretary.
Okay.
And it was the national secretary.
So who is the national secretary of the PDP at the moment?
Of course,
Senator Sam Anyanwu.
Senator Sam Anyanwu, yes.
Okay, so Udoko is no longer in the picture.
He has never been in the picture.
Everybody is on the same page.
Everybody is
the Southeast caucus of the party.
Everybody is on
the same page.
Yes.
It's not a contentious issue.
It's no longer a contentious issue.
So, but why are people citing the crisis within the party as the reason for leaving? Dino Melaya says, look, the crisis in the party is why I'm leaving. The leadership is not able to resolve all of this. If you hear say that, look, the crisis has been resolved, and people like Dino Melaya and others in Ogun State are leaving, citing the crisis at the national level. So what do we believe?
Dino Melaya himself was a major crisis of the party.
Okay.
He was a major crisis of the party.
Is he good with us to bad rubbish?
Yes, it's a major crisis because if you recall, before the 2023 election, if you recall, there was a very contentious issue. That contentious issue is that the People's Democratic Party is the first party in Nigeria to have zoning in their constitution.
Okay.
Zoning of the presidency, zoning of political offices. And it was the turn of the South to produce that ticket which was allotted to the former vice president. And unfortunately, the likes of Dino Melaya did not see anything wrong with that.
No, I'm sorry, Chairman. When you say it was allotted, was it allotted to him or he won it?
No.
On merit?
Whether winning or whatever.
Okay.
I am still using the word allotted. I still find it appropriate.
If it's allotted, it means that you gave it to him on consensus. Was it consensual?
It was not.
Okay.
It was not, and that was why we had a problem.
Okay.
It was not. You see, he came in with the weight of money and all the rest of them.
Okay.
And we have never, in our party, those offices are always zoned. So he was not supposed to contest that position.
Okay.
And it was because he was contesting that position and insisted that he was going to contest that made the likes of P2B to back out from the party.
The information we had out there was that he said, look, if this thing is not zoned to the southeast, then I am in, because certain elements within the party said, no, there is nothing like southeast. It must come to the south. And when it comes to the south, anybody that has the capacity can take it.
As I said earlier.
So they said that was why. That was the information we had.
As I said earlier, it has never been our tradition to zone position to the 6th geopolitical zone.
Okay, it is
our tradition is north and south.
North and south. So within the north or within the south, anybody that has the capacity.
When you zone a position to the south, the leadership, the zoning committee from the south or the north will sit and do the microzoning to the various political zone.
Okay.
You understand? So it was inappropriate for him at that time to say, except it is zoned to the southeast. It was not his place. He is not from the south. The right thing is let the south take it and let them go and sit and take the decision where they want it. It was not part of his business.
So it wasn't his business.
Yes, it was not his business. And I am sure today he's in AGC. You understand? So there will be nothing like zoning the position. ABC, the emphasis there today is not about zoning any position to northeast.
No, we'll get into all of that. Let's stay within the PDP now. We'll get into the politics of the ADC and the coalition and all of that. Now, one of the things you said in your early intervention now is that the party decided, the convention committee decided to take it to Ibadan or your state. Was it consensual?
It was not any committee. It was the decision. It came up to the floor
Okay.
And a motion was moved and seconded.
Okay.
That it should take place at Ibadan.
Okay.
You understand that it should take place at Ibadan. That is the position of the party for today, except if anything changes tomorrow.
Okay. No, well, I asked this question in the light of the fact that we hear that Nyesom Wike didn't want the convention to go to Ibadan.
I am not aware. You see, people will always drop the name of the minister of the Federal Capital Territory arbitrarily for reason best known to them.
Okay.
It's such a thing never happened in the floor of that meet. In fact, there was no.
No, but you are a state party chairman. You have served as the state publicity secretary. You are the zonal chairman. You know what goes on the ground or the undercurrent that drive politics. I ask this because a lot of people believe that, look, Seyi Makinde and Nyesom Wike were members of the G5, and that looks like there is no love lost between them now, to the extent that they are near fisticuff, and that Wike didn't want the convention to go to Ibadan, but Seyi managed to rally people around him and took it to Ibadan. You know, so what more should we know about all of that? As I said again, I am not aware of any of this.
Okay. And you see, in politics, people can disagree.
Okay.
And I can tell you, even as I speak now, that Seyi and the minister, the governor, His Excellency Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, as of today, I can tell you that he's talking with his friend.
Okay.
The minister of the Federal.
Did they disagree at any point in time? Are you aware?
Of course, people can always. No. You see, that question does not arise. People, on the course of their day-to-day engagement, can have disagreements. You understand?
So are you aware? Did they ever disagree? Because it was out there in the public.
I said they can.
That there was infighting between them.
I don't know.
And publicly, Wike said, look, Seyi, you are the problem of this party at this moment.
Yes, I don't
you
know
heard all of
whether that is the appropriate word. But what I said.
Okay.
You see, PDP is a big political organization.
Okay.
With millions of membership. And you don't expect, it's not managed by a sole entrepreneur who takes every decision. People debate, people make arguments.
Okay.
You understand? If persons outside the party now begin to give some kind of interpretation that those arguments amount to fighting and all the rest of them, I don't agree with them.
Okay.
You understand? Because even in corporate Nigeria, at the board level, they are engagements. You understand? People, you say something and you back it up with reason, and that person comes with a different reason altogether. You understand? On how to realize the best of the same points.
Okay.
So I don't think that we have any love lost between two of them.
Okay.
I think that politics is all about interest.
Okay.
So from time to time, the party continue to manage the interest. They are friends. And I know that a few days ago they were in Port Harcourt together.
Okay. So let's just say that at some points their interests intersect, some points they overlap, and they're able to modulate all of those things.
Of course.
Okay, now you said something about the massive followership of in the PDP, but the party seems to be losing that at the moment.
It's not
Atiku
true.
has left.
It's not true. Let me tell you.
Atiku has left. Dino has left. The other time it was 3 senators from KB State that left. How much of that will cause some kind of damage to the electoral value, the potentials of
Atiku
for 2027?
Before 2031.
I would like for you to take that again.
I say Atiku will still come back.
Okay.
It is in his character to leave and come back. He has left 3 times. He will still come back.
Okay.
You understand? It is his character. I don't know whether you understand. It's his character. Somebody had a pet of a snake in his house and kept feeding the snake, taking care of the snake, and one day the snake beat the owner. You understand? The interpretation was very simple. It is in the nature of the snake to do what it has done.
Okay.
You understand? So we should not take tomorrow. Atiku will still come back and shout PDP power to the people. He will still come back. It is in his character. He has done it once. He has done it twice. So this one is not new. Many of them have done that before. I remember during one of our meetings, the man I believe stands as the national leader of the party today, in the person of His Excellency Bukola Saraki, former Senate President. He made a statement. He said in 2014, many of us left out of anger. That it was not the best of decisions taken by many of us. And others are also living out of anger today. You understand? They will come back. They will eventually come back. You understand? So, because you don't come to a political party and you think it's all about you. So, people should not... Nigeria is not Republic of Cameroon. Where a 92-year-old man wants to go back to president. You understand? Even when it is very, very clear that he has been in power from 1982, when I was still in Form 2 in secondary school. You understand? Nigeria. So, in this country called Nigeria, no matter who you are, others will also contest. And if you win, well and good. But you don't assert yourself and try to create a scenario that I don't want anybody to challenge me. Everything must work my way. And when everything is not working your way, you pull out. That is not leadership.
Now, I'm happy that you brought the issue of leadership now. The people that left, let's leave Dino and the article. Umar Eno left, said there was crisis in the party. That the late Umar Eno, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, said he was leaving because the leadership, in quote, couldn't resolve the crisis. Oboroweri of Delta left. He said the leadership couldn't resolve the crisis. Dino left. He said the leadership couldn't resolve the crisis. When highly placed people like this make reference to a certain leadership not being able to resolve the crisis within the party, I mean, they are the major stakeholders. So who actually are they referring to when they talk about the leadership? And I like the fact that you said that, look, the party is not a sole enterprise. There are people who believe that the party is being controlled by one man, and that when they talk about leadership, they are simply making reference to that man or two people. Now, one has left. Talking about Atiku Abubakar Agnes Omwike. What is the leadership of the PDP? Can you help us define what is leadership within the PDP?
Well,
is it the National Working Committee?
Our constitution, we have a federated kind of leadership. At the national level, we have the National Working Committee. Made up of principal officers who manage the party on day-to-day level, on day-to-day basis. You have the national chairman, as presently represented by His Excellency Damago. You have the national secretary, as presently represented by distinguished Senator Samuel Anyanwu. You have other officers of the party, national legal advisor, national publicity secretary, national organizing secretary, and the rest of them. Those are our national officers who are saddled with the responsibility of managing the party. At the state level, of course, you have the state working committee saddled with the responsibility of managing the party. At the local government, you have the local government executive. At the ward level, you have the ward executive. Those are the stages of leadership. As far as the management of the party is concerned. So who are they talking about? The truth is that when the cliche becomes a common norm, everybody uses it because the first person has used it and scaled through. The second person will want to use it. The next person will use it. There is nothing wrong with our leadership as presently constituted. We have an issue. It has been resolved. They just wanted to move
leave.
On.
They just wanted to move.
You understand? And I can tell you, those who left before may have left because of article. Those who left before, because if you look at the kind of...
They must have left, they might have left because of article.
Yes, they might
so
have.
article was an issue in the party.
He was an issue. He was an issue because they saw him as somebody who wants the presidency to go back to the north. And there is this strong belief within the party structure and even within the Nigeria that after 2027, that the South still need to manage that office for another 4 years.
4 years,
That is the belief. You understand? So many of them, in their position as leaders of the party in their state as serving governors, never wanted to be part of anything that will truncate the southern interest. They never wanted to be part of anything that will truncate the southern interest. because they discovered that that interest was overwhelming. Atiku's interest was overwhelming. So many of them never knew that by God's special grace that we were going to survive it. Okay. And of course we have survived it.
The party has survived it?
The party has survived it.
Okay.
You understand? And even though we have not gotten to that level, I can assure you today that the mind of our leadership are looking towards the southern part of the country and not the north. Yes, and not the north.
Okay, because Atiku is out of it.
And not because of it. Even while Atiku was there, that is why Atiku left.
Okay.
That is why he left, even while he was there.
Okay, because did he come to the knowledge that, look, people are not interested in leaving the presidential ticket of the PDP in the north?
Of course, he must have felt the pulse of the people.
Okay.
And the pulse of leadership. And all those who play critical role in the management of the people's democracy. He must have felt that pulse.
Okay.
And decided that this particular structure will not give me what I want.
Okay. So he left.
He left.
Now, you mentioned Bukola Saraki the other time as maybe the national leader of the party at this moment.
I see him as the national leader because of the role
he played.
He has been playing. And when we talk about with the exit of Atiku, he is the highest political office holder, within the present PDP. So he is our national leader.
National leader. Okay, beautiful. Now he is also the chairman of the Reconciliation Committee.
Of course,
right? The Reconciliation Committee is different from the Disciplinary Committee.
Of course.
A certain committee was set up some other time to look into anti-party activities. Am I correct? And how far has that committee gone in its duties?
I am not.
Okay, you are not aware.
I am not aware if they have submitted their report to the National Working Committee. Okay. Because when the committee is set up, they submit their reports to the body that created them. And then that body will discuss the issue
which is the
NWC. Which is the NWC. I am not aware as of today because the matter have not come up in any of our neck. If they have submitted any report.
And you don't even know the work they did in progress. Their work, how it
Of course, their work should be in progress.
Okay, no, you don't know the details of the work.
Of course, I cannot.
Because I wanted to ask you about, because when they listed names of people who should be sanctioned within the party, Nyesom Wike was one of them.
Of course, that is the media, what the outside world saw. You understand?
It's not the media. The Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the party, they asked him, he said, look, we are going to sanction some people, and we have lists, and Nyesom Wike, his name is there. And by the time we find out, we'll either suspend him or expel him from the party.
You see,
that was not the media speaking. That was the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP. It was not
even his place.
Okay, to say that.
To have said that.
But he did.
Before the outcome of the committees, it means that there was a mindset which people were trying to secure. You understand? You don't do that. You understand? I was on a radio program today and they were asking me about the suspension of somebody. I told them that the party is here to take that decision. And they asked me what will be the outcome. I also told them that I am not in the position to tell them the outcome because the State Working Committee must sit, deliberate, and decide. You understand? They have not done. Okay. So it will be improper for me to say that after our meeting, so and so person will be suspended. It means that I have already taken a position before that meeting.
Okay, so as it is now, you don't know the work of the committee.
The committee, like every other committee, both in government, in political parties, and in any other organization, will do their work, submit their reports, and then their report will be escalated. At that point, it will become public knowledge. You understand? It is only at that point. But for now, anybody who is talking about what the committee will do or what the party will do is just talking what is his personal opinion or view.
Okay. Now, the PDP, is, like you said, has a very massive followership. We have produced 3 presidents before. We have Obasanjo, he's still alive, still member of the PDP. Am I correct? You also have President Goodluck Jonathan. Are they members of the BOT, of the party?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so what is the role of the BOT? Advisory?
Advisory.
Okay, so why is it that we have a BOT that is, some people have described the BOT as being lackadaisical, a committee of elders who have sat back and watched the PDP. Most of them are the founding members of the PDP, that they just sat back and watched the PDP go down to the level that people are saying PDP is dead, PDP is not going to survive, PDP will die before 2027, there is no opposition party, PDP is just this and that. What is the role of the BOT? Why are they why are they laid back?
Well, we have a lot of eminent personalities in the BOT. Okay. And I think the crisis at some point affected them. But as we speak today, I think we don't have any problem. Okay. They are doing their work, and you don't expect them to be too assertive, mindful of the fact that they are not the management team of the party. Okay. Their role is to advise. And you know, when it comes to advice, if you advise, those you're advising, it is within with them to decide whether to accept or not to accept what you're advising them. So the management of the party rests with the National Working Committee. And as we move forward, at least in the last two meetings, in the last two NEC, we have seen the BOT doing a very great job in terms of being party to the caucus that resolved most of the contentious issues. So at times, some of the negative interpretation you hear about the BOT or even about any other level of the party is something being orchestrated by persons who want to paint the party black. Okay. But I want to assure you that the PDP, if you look at our membership register today and you see 5.5 million people in that register, I want to assure you that the articles and the Dino Malaye and the rest of them are not up to 1,000 who have left the party.
But they have massive followership.
Who have left the party. Now let me tell you, in 2014, when Atiku left, the same day he left, his state governor, Boni Haruna, who at that time also left. You understand? I've just forgotten the name of the person. Left the same day. Today, why has Fintri not left? His Excellency Governor Fintri, the governor of Adamawa State. You understand? A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed. Ever since he left the party. I am telling you what happened. Okay. In 2014. Okay. We immediately, let me tell you, when he left, immediately he announced his exit in 2014. Within 48 hours, 100 and something members of House of Representatives exited the party.
But today,
over 50 senators exited the party. Immediately, they exited the party. But today, he left the party. After 2 weeks, or a month, or 3 weeks, when Dino could not find his feet, he also decided to join him. And you have a handful, 20, 10, 5, 7 people here and there.
Okay, let's talk about the coalition and the PDP. PDP is clearly not part of the coalition. They opted out. They said, look, if people want to merge, they can come to us because we are too large. You have the structure to accommodate anybody. Jerry Ghana said something the other day. He said Peter Obi should come back to the PDP and that if he comes back, he can defeat any northern candidate if he has the PDP ticket. Is the PDP talking to Peter Obi? Are you aware?
Yes, I'm aware that the party is talking to the party is talking to Peter Obi. Okay. I'm also aware that the party is talking to the former president, Goodluck Jonathan. Okay. I'm also aware that the party is talking to some other persons. Yeah, the party is not putting their egg in one basket. Okay. So, because the party must certainly survive. Okay. You understand? The party is not putting their egg in one basket. So, I'm aware that there are discussions going on by various interest groups within the party who are determined to make sure that the party is positioned to win election. Okay. By 2027.
I wanted to ask you about 2027 because PDP you have lost a lot of people, governors. You have only 9 governors now out of 36. How prepared are you if this trend continues where you keep losing governors, senators, members of the House of Reps and all of that, masses? How prepared are you going into 2027? Is there going to be a build back?
You see,
do you think that the party can make a comeback?
Some of the strategies we have as a party, to be very honest with you, cannot be discussed in any media.
Okay.
Cannot be discussed. But I want to ask you one fundamental question. Of course, it's for us to answer.
Okay.
All of us. ADC does not have one governor, and they want to produce the president of Nigeria. Okay. They don't have one. You are talking about PDP have 9. ADC don't have one governor. Because when you talk about the issue of coalition, now, it's just like in corporate Nigeria when you talk about merger. You understand? Or even in science, you talk about a stronger solution draws the weaker one. It's not the other way. It's not the other way. So a bigger company, probably quoted in the Nigerian stock market, with capitalization of 100 billion, should be able to acquire a company with a capitalization of 10 billion.
Okay.
But today, we have, if political parties were to be registered, were to operate in a kind of a political stock exchange, PDP, of course, will be one party which will be prominent in that exchange.
Okay, in that exchange.
APC will be one party. You understand? But nobody will
talk about ADC.
Listing ADC.
Okay, something is
ADC,
going on.
and now ADC, which is not listed in the capital market, wants SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission, to manage an acquisition which will make an insignificant political group to consume PDP.
Okay, now
you understand? It cannot happen. So our position on merger is that yes, we are open for discussions.
Okay.
We are open for constructive engagement. But you should join us. We cannot join you because you cannot even accommodate us. You don't have the structure to accommodate the PDP. You understand? You don't have the structure to accommodate. And if you want the most successful coalition in Nigeria's political history, is the coalition of 2014.
Okay, the APC coalition.
Yes.
Now, beautiful.
It's the most successful coalition.
Beautiful.
And if you look at that coalition, up north, in the northeast, there was a CPC.
Okay.
With some governors. If you go northwest, there was AMPP with some governors. If you go to north central, there were elements of AMPP. If you come to the southwest, the whole of southwest, there was the ACN. And then they brought these political blocks from all these zones together. And they started another discussion that enabled them to assess what I would liken to 40% of the PDP political stake at that time, which amounted to, or even 50%, which amounted to 7 governors.
Okay, the NPDP.
Yes, with 7 governors. Now all of them came and joined PDP.
Okay, now
but today
that is not happening in the ADC.
Yes, today.
But something is going on in the north. You see, the northern political class, the northern political forum, whatever name you can call them, have been very, very unified in saying, in unison, the Northern Consultative Forum, political forum, said we are backing ADC. And does it bother you that out of all the defections, from the PDP to from whichever party to the APC, none of them has happened in the north? Will you be surprised if before 2027 you have like 17, 18, 19 northern governors say we belong to the ADC? Will you be surprised?
Well, let me tell you, to be very frank to you, many of us have one of my best friends is from the northern part of the country. Okay. Now let me tell you, that narrative is a propaganda being sold in some quarters that the North have decided. I can assure you that as of today, 50% of the North, I don't want to talk about PDP, is still with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's about 50% of the North, I can tell you. It's all about...
The same North that is saying, look, you have cheated us in the past 2 years.
The same North. And I am also aware that in that same North, where about 50% is with President Tinubu, that in the other 50%, about 30% or 35% or 40% are very, very strong with PDP. And one of their ring leaders is in the forefront of Win Obi. He's the person championing the Obi to join PDP. One of them.
Okay.
I'm not going to mention his name.
Okay.
A prominent governor in the north of the PDP extraction. A prominent governor is doing everything possible.
So that he will deputize Obi?
Not so that he will deputize Obi. So that PDP will come up. Because he believes in the candidature of Obi as a person.
Okay.
You understand? The issue of deputizing Obi is not on the table yet.
Okay, for him.
You understand? But yes, for him. And it's not within him to decide. He is also somebody who is qualified.
Now,
he's somebody who is qualified to be a vice president.
There's this permutation about Obi and El-Rufai pairing. Obi as the candidate, El-Rufai as the running mate. How is that going to fit? Because a lot of people in the north also support El-Rufai.
Is that, you see, those things are weak arrangements.
Okay.
I don't see, even if those things happen, how many people in the north will support El-Rufai?
You think he doesn't have enough followership?
How many people in Kaduna will support El-Rufai? With all the damages and all the killing that happens under his very nose as the governor of
a lot of people in the north don't see that.
No.
They see him as a worthy son who is protecting their faith.
No, it's not. Let us not bring religion.
Okay.
Let us not bring religion in the discussion. You see, people. Why I say let us not bring it? You see, those things people use them to deceive people.
I bet they exist. Those things happen.
And whether they exist, there is a strong religious coalition too in APC.
Okay.
There is a strong, whether you call them from the Christian flank or the Muslim flank, the PDP has the same thing. So I am telling you, when we know the people who can pull weight in the north.
Okay. So El-Rufai is clearly not one of them.
He's not one of them.
Okay.
We know them. To be very candid, the political class are aware of such persons who have what it takes to pull weight in the north. You understand? He is not amongst them. And I don't think it will make much difference. I don't think it will make much difference.
Okay, now let's talk a bit about the footage we watched, before the show kicked in, where Nafiu Bala said that, look, I am the interim national chairman of the ADC. Meanwhile, he contested, he ran for governorship in 2023 on the platform of the same ADC. So is there a possibility that he could have been the deputy chairman of that zone, Northwest, and at the same time, the governorship candidate? Isn't that some kind of conflict and contradiction?
I'm not a member.
No, I'm asking in political party setup. In political party setup, yes.
There are many ways to look at it. Okay. I don't know if it is possible for someone to be sleeping for 100 hours.
Okay.
Or for 1 week or for 1 month. You just be sleeping. Because the first question I will ask is, why is he coming out now? Where have he been all this while? Why now? You understand? That is the first question I will ask. You understand? But at the same time, that is their own crisis to manage.
No, I'm asking you, not as a member of the ADC, but as a political watcher. You've been in politics practically 30 years or more. So how do you see that happening? That doesn't it project some kind of conflict?
No, it's not. It is the beginning of a major crisis for ADC.
Okay.
It is the beginning of major crisis for ADC. And the truth about it is that it is a crisis that cannot be resolved in the next 1 month or 2 months.
Okay.
Because such crises are usually resolved at the level of the Supreme Court. Okay. You understand? Something has started.
He said he will go to court.
You understand? Yes, he said so.
Okay.
He said he is going to court.
Okay.
And once he goes to court, anything can happen. You understand? The court will look at the constitution of ADC. Because the truth about it is that the way ADC also came up and started appointing, because up to yesterday, if you read the papers, they will tell you that so and so person has been appointed the national vice chairman of Northeast. So and so person have been appointed the national. So I don't know where those people who do those appointments.
No. If he is going to court, I am not a lawyer, but I also know I have common sense, because the Supreme Court in the case of the Labour Party set a precedent. They said, look, anything about the leadership of the party is the internal affair of the party. And that the lower court and the appeal court, ab initio, had no local standard to entertain the Abure issue.
Okay, now, if we follow that route,
okay,
something is bound to happen. Then it now falls back to INEC to look at, because they are the regulator of that industry.
Okay.
So it now falls back to INEC. And it's happening even in the case of PDP. To now look at their own books. You understand?
Okay.
And the last Congress conducted by the party, who, you understand? And to know if this new leadership in the ADC now saddled with the responsibility of dishing out appointments on daily basis, if they are the authentic. You understand? So anyhow,
it will be resolved.
It will anyhow, it will take some efforts. And the courts, anybody can still go to court because no two matters are the same before the court.
Okay.
No two matters are the same.
So the court will look at it based on its merit.
You understand? Yes, they will look at it based on merit. The court can look at it and say, of course, who says you are not the chairman? That based on what is before us, you are the chairman.
Now, shortly, before it was Dumebi Kachuku, that said, look, David Mark, you are nothing, nobody has the right to hijack this party and all of that. And it looks like after 1 week that the Dumebi issue was rested, now we have this nephew Bala. And some people, tongues are wagging. People are saying, the APC, the president has started again. He has infiltrated the ADC, just like what he did in the Labour Party and the PDP. When parties are unable to resolve their internal crisis, they simply blame the president. Which position will you take? Do you think that there is external factor controlling?
It's not a matter of external factor. Okay. It's not a matter of external factor. Okay. I believe that ADC was an existing political platform, even though without any elective positions. They have not been able to assert themselves in the previous elections. Okay. They don't have a governor, they don't have members. I stand to be corrected. I don't think they have.
I think they have one in the National Assembly.
Okay, they have one in the National Assembly. So that is not good enough. Okay. Before now, we used to have in the law, in the electoral law, before now, I don't know if it's still there, that any party that is not able to make some 5% will be delisted. But I think it's not there. Otherwise, some of these parties will not be answering parties. You understand? So, as I said, when you have a structure that has existed for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even in companies, limited liability companies, you understand? For you to have a new directors, you must file certain papers with the Corporate Affairs Commission.
Okay.
So INEC must come in.
Okay. Into this.
Into this. Okay. To tell Nigerians who are the authentic executive of the ADC.
Now we are out of time. Before we leave, does it look like the people that are promoting this coalition, Atiku, Amechi, El-Rufai, from what is going on, does it look like they didn't do enough groundwork to have resolved all of these things before they come out to say, did they do that in a hurry? What's your take? And I'd like for you to put together your concluding thoughts about what we have talked about, the PDP crisis, the convention, and all of that, in 2 minutes, so that we'll wrap it up.
Well, for now, in Nigeria, there are two major political parties, the PDP and the APC.
Okay.
And the other ones are just gambling to try to see what they can make out of the political situation in Nigeria. Okay. And to a very large extent, they are no threats. The coming together of Amechi, Atiku Abubakar, El-Rufai, and the rest of them is nothing. It's just a coalition of persons who are aggrieved. And the fundamental question some of us will ask is that both Amechi and El-Rufai played very significant role in the 8 years of Buhari's administration. Okay. And I am not a member of APC, but I will give it to President Bola Tinubu that what we see as governance today is far better when compared to what we saw in the last 8 years of Buhari. Okay. So it's far better. So those who saw nothing wrong in the last 8 years, when they come together now to gang up for any reason whatsoever, for me, they are just trying to craft a kind of a satanic verse, which will not go anywhere.
Stand the test of time. All right. Well, thank you very much. This would be a good place to end this conversation. Quite interesting conversation. I've been speaking with Elder Abraham Ama. He's the state chairman of Abia PDP and a member of the National Executive Committee of the PDP. Thanks for your presence. We appreciate your presence.
And
I hope we can do this some other time.
It's my pleasure.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, on behalf of the backroom staff, the technical director, bus manager, sound engineer, and the ingest manager, I am Chukwuma Okoro. Up next is Issues with Jerry Apollo High. Stay with us and don't go away. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.